All right, guys, welcome to What's She Doing Ministries. Today we are cooking frog legs again. They were so good, I'm actually craving them. Come on, let's get them. So we're going to take our frog legs out. We're going to get our bowl ready, our bowls. And we're just going to open these up. Right now they're frozen, but I perceive that after we let them sit in some cool water, costs $18 total. And this should probably only take about 10 minutes to unthaw. I'm still low-key to the point where I can't quite touch them. You know, if I don't have to, why do it? I know you're supposed to start off with a clean kitchen. While this is sitting, I'm gonna take this and put this on the counter or somewhere, and then I'm gonna do these dishes. So what we're gonna do in here is pour our buttermilk. You know what? I think I want to do it on a flat surface. Ooh, it's nice and thick. I feel led to tell somebody, don't worry about people who don't worry about your haters. Don't worry about your haters. Don't worry about your naysayers. Live your life and do what makes you happy. Okay? There was people that talked about Jesus. You know, you just got to roll with the punches. Okay? Somebody needs to know that you could have a better quality of life if you stop caring what everybody thinks. If it's in line with the word, honey, you all right. You are all right. Okay? So now we're going to put a little bit of seasoning in here. Just a little bit now. We don't want no salty frog legs. Because, you know, people's opinion will box you in. And it will corner you. And it will have you to where you just don't know what to do. If I do this, they don't like it. If I do this, they don't like it. Well, how about if I do what makes me happy? I'm the one that got to stand before God on Judgment Day. This is Tony's Creole seasoning. And a little bit of garlic. Just a little bit. Y'all know I can't talk and season stuff at the same time. It usually don't go too well. Somebody's like, well, shut up then. I got you, boo. I got you. Wait until I see you at Walmart. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm talking about as far as your personality and your, you know, the way how God made you. Sometimes we feel boxed in because of like, oh, I'm a black girl. I'm not supposed to like 80s music, easy listening. I'm supposed to be listening to Meg Thee Stallion. I'm supposed to know how to twerk. I'm supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Stop going by the world script and find yourself. Find your footing and get your rhythm. It took me a long time because I was always a goofy, you know, growing up, I was always goofy and I was not gangster. I was not hardcore. I was actually very much sensitive and fear driven. But all the black girls around me, they would just kind of look at me like, is she for real? Yes, I'm for real. I remember I was in, I forget what grade that was. And I was sitting next to two popular girls. Too popular, okay? Now we're just going to lay these in here and they're going to marinate for about 30 minutes. ¿Cómo se dice eso en español? 30 minutos. Anyway. They just sitting in there. They soaking up the seasoning, you know. But no, so we was kind of, like I said, we was poor growing up. And so I didn't have money for a relaxer touch-up, which back then we called them perms. And so I was sitting in the whatever grade that was, whatever hour that was. Let's say 4th hour. It was Miss Franklin's class. Okay, it was Sheer and Crystal. I'm just gonna go ahead and say their names, Sheer and Crystal. Not only were they popular, but they were pretty. And so, and their parents always had money because they always had the latest and the greatest, right? Right? And so the teacher, bless her heart and all her parts, she put me over there by them. I don't know. I guess she thought we would all bond or something. I don't know. Turns out we didn't. Now, one of them, it's always one of them nicer than the other one. But this day, they both made me feel a certain way about myself, whether they intended to or not. So they were looking at me. Somehow we were talking about hair. And for those who aren't part of my culture, when you don't have the relaxer touch-up, your hair is going to appear thicker, fuller, kinkier. Some would say nappier. And so it looks undone. I mean, nowadays we embrace it, right? But back then we wasn't. Everybody had relaxers. Everybody had slick ponytails, whether they had edges or not. So we're just going to, I would put something on top of that. That's what I'm going to do. And so somehow we was looking at does anybody else have this? Like a whole bunch of just Walmart bags, just the pile is building. I need to invest in some of those sacks. Those little grandma looking sacks that, you carry but it's safe for the environment. So I shouldn't call them, shouldn't talk about them. But anyway, so Sheer and Crystal. Now, I ain't seen Sheer lately, but I did run into Crystal at Walmart. I pretend like I didn't know who she was because she's still pretty. But I'm looking for the saran wrap. I need to hire somebody that just like stands in here, and when I'm looking for something, I just be like, give me the saran wrap. And they be like, anyway, because my husband says it's constantly unorganized, and it is. It's my fault. There we go. Saran wrap. And so we was talking about hair, whatever, and I was like, I guess they was talking about, I don't want to assume. I don't want to just, be lying. But we was talking about hair, and I said, I know my hair is, I know I need a perm. I said, my hair is, nappy. I know it's nappy. And they both looked at each other and started laughing. And I was like, at that time, I was just keeping it real. But apparently you ain't supposed to be that transparent amongst the sisters, because they look at you like, and I know that's not everybody. There's some people that would have been like, oh no, your hair. Because we did have one girl, and I'm going to go ahead and say her name because she stood out from among everybody. When everybody else had relaxers, Royce, okay, somebody knows who I'm talking about. Royce was rocking an afro. And she rocked that afro for, I think, 5 to 6, maybe 10 years when afros weren't popular. And she was my age. So kudos to her for being the first to walk that unfamiliar territory. In Kansas City, there's a lot of people that follow the script and they don't think outside the box. It's changing gradually. Yes, this is recycled grease. Anyway, but it's not bad. It's not as brown as it, usually is. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit, just enough to coat the bottom. It's going to go up to the frog's ankles. Anyway, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you're the type that finds such and such funny, laugh at it. If you're the type that likes documentaries of bumblebees, watch it. If you're the type that likes, my daughter has a huge collection of, what is that called? Ukuleles. And I'm proud of her for liking that and knowing she likes that and embracing that. And she has a huge collection of vintage cameras. Anyway, so now let's get our flour and seasoning together. I gotta open a bag of flour. I have a confession. This is also recycled flour. I'm just gonna use this because, and I'm just gonna use a little bit because I don't like a lot of breading on my frog legs. I don't. I wish I would have been courageous enough to try to see what they taste like baked or seared or whatever. But right now, I know I like the fried kind, so that's why we're doing fried. That should be enough flour there. And I only put a little bit in there because This flour is not going to be saved. This flour is going to be dumped out. I don't know nothing. I don't know too much about what these frog legs got going on. People who don't even know who they are will box you into a corner if you let them. All right, so I'm gonna pause the video here. All right, guys, so we're gonna move our flour a little bit closer. This has been sitting in here for the whole time that I did the dishes and watched Patti LaBelle on the Sherri Shepherd show. Sherri Shepherd show. It's a lot of SH going on there. Anyway, so do I feel a difference in the texture? I don't know if it's because now they're fully unthawed or what, but it does feel a little bit different. It feels like the meat has been tenderized. Giving them that one last go round in the buttermilk, seasoned buttermilk / salt solution. If you see my first frog video, then you know what I'm talking about. The man said he had his sitting in a salt solution, and I was like, wait a minute, what is that? All right, so now I got my grease getting hot, and I'm just gonna start loading one at a time. Load it in, swift it around, swift it around, swift it around. Again, I feel like too much breading takes away from the taste of them. This is so delicate. The last thing you want is a whole bunch of breading to overpower the taste. And I know sometimes we kind of don't want the breading to come off for those who are like that. And you want everything to be aesthetically pleasing and whatnot. But don't worry if the breading comes off. They're going to taste good regardless. I turned that one about, I don't know, I'm going to do it again. Here we go. Shake the flour. Yeah, we're definitely not saving this flour because, for one, the buttermilk. And I'm going to cook about 4 of these at a time. Don't want to overdo it. And, you know, pack the... Can y'all see what I'm doing? Yeah, I can't. Don't want to pack the skillet. So it's only 1 something. I'm going to go to the store after these because they don't take long to cook, y'all. I'm going to run to the store and get something for my hair. By the time y'all see this, my husband would have been back from his trip. But he's going out of town and I want to have something done to my head special when he gets back. So I'm going to go get that now. You like, what, you going to put some more braids in there? That's all you do is put braids in there. Well, it turns out Tony has a preference. He has a preference. All right, that's 4. Okay, no more than 4. Our grease has a little bit of flour on there. That lets us know it is ready. Lay them down and watch them clown. Lay them down and watch them clown. There we go. There it is. Turn them over. Turn them over. Damn. Turn them over. Woo! Come on now. We're going to turn the fire down. Oh, man. Is that meat? What? Okay, whatever. I'm too blessed to be stressed. So the buttermilk will have it falling off the bone, y'all. My goodness. Tony, you want some frog legs back? No? They smell so good. Okay, so the breading is just not surviving this go round. So I got 2 packs. How many pumps? 2. I'm starving. Ooh. As if I need any more marks on my arm. The grease is popping on me. The breading is good. Yeah, like, wait a minute, that's recycled flour. You already know what it tastes like. Oh, well. It's still good. I don't want the breading to burn. These frog legs are falling apart more so than the first time. But y'all, even the breading, after it's been on the frog legs, it has a different taste to it. I don't know. I wonder how fast they populate. Like, can I start selling some frog legs off up in here? All right, so now I'm just going to use my... Y'all didn't think I was going to give y'all this angle? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. A sister been working on it. Y'all see the... I'm going to get it all the way together. April is the month of getting snatched in. Put them in there. Y'all, I can't wait for them frog legs to be done. I'm going to only eat one because I got to get a good picture for my video. So for those who are wondering, I feel like frog legs are a delicacy. I feel like frog legs could definitely replace chicken and fish. And even hot sauce may be a bit too much for this particular type meat. All right, so this is not how this is supposed to look. This is not going to be a cute thumbnail. These things look like they done been through some things. But nevertheless, y'all know how we do over here. Bring in the dancing boys. That's the Kansas City Chiefs, for those who don't know. I want to say thank you for those who have hung in there with me. Even if you don't eat frog legs and you like, you know what? I don't know why I'm watching this. I ain't gonna ever eat them frog legs. But you're watching. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you ever decide to, you know what I'm saying, at least you know how to cook them. All right. We're going to turn the fire down just a little bit. We're going to figure out which one we want to consume. So, I want to see if the season has sunk into the meat. The buttermilk, you know. It didn't. All right, so that sucks. Put a little salt on it. Oh, shit. Oh, there goes my arms. I can't taste these. Okay, I tasted that. They calves is tight. They've been working out. They ain't missed leg day. Oh, Jesus. Them frogs is fighting back, y'all. This feel like a delicacy. Is this a delicacy? Is that what a delicacy is? Y'all, I ain't gonna be able to wait for this thumbnail. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna try some garlic salt. Somebody done already clicked off. Yeah, I think the meat might have still been frozen, y'all. Cause I should have let that marinate for at least an hour or overnight. And I should have put all my seasonings in the buttermilk. Now, the first time I didn't use buttermilk, And it didn't have this taste. So maybe the buttermilk is it. I don't know. Now come on over here and get y'all some of these frog legs. I'm selling them $12 for one. I got to make a profit. We're going to turn the fire all the way down. That's a pretty good picture right there. They look a little crispy, or I don't know. Is this a reptile? This is an amphibian. I know it ain't a crustacean. A crusty crustacean. Alright, so I'm finna disappoint myself even more and grab another. Grab another. That means I would have eaten a whole pack of frog legs today. Lord have mercy. Y'all see that meat? I'm gonna call this a mukbang. A frog leg mukbang. No? That's not what a mukbang is. I'm supposed to buy a lot of stuff, spend a lot of money. Is that what you want me to do? I think $18 is a lot of money. I think 2 packs of frog legs is a lot of food. That piece I just ate made it everything worth it. But yeah, like I was saying, the enemy, he'll wait until you halfway in the middle of what you eating, and then remind you you're supposed to be on a diet. I'm gonna eat that one. I mean, I'm gonna eat it, but I'm kind of getting used to them black veins, y'all. I'm used to it. Now, what I don't want to see is a real frog. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I don't want to know what they look like when they roll their eyes. I don't want to know what they look like when they stretching out. I don't want to know. But as of right now, I'm over the shock of the legs. I've adapted. Adaptation. Now I'm just throwing out random words that I remember from middle school. Rip that calf off of there. Down to the bone. I don't even eat chicken off the bone like this. Once it get down to a certain point, I'm done with it. Some people compare this to chicken wings. This is better than chicken wings. I don't even like chicken wings. We're just gonna lay these over here. All right. So that is that. So now I'm just gonna move this and slide this over here. Okay. And this is our frog legs. Do y'all see the goodness? Hold on, wait a minute. I have to reposition these because somebody's not paying attention. Presentation is 90%. Okay, I forget how that go. All right, so now we're gonna throw a little bit of parsley. I got the parsley. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're gonna slide it over here since we're not rinsing it off. We don't want it to actually touch nothing. All right. Now, the presentation is supposed to be well lit. I gotta find the lighting. Okay, I think this is... I don't know. This don't look good. All right, there we go. That's it.